Welcome to Grand Prairie Update. I'm Terry Briggs.
And I'm Don Johnson. Here's what's happening in your city.
In addition to new homes, new apartments, and new hotels, we have 4.8 million square feet of commercial, retail, and industrial construction in queue.
Grand Prairie is charting unprecedented growth and development. That's the message Mayor Ron Jensen delivered Thursday at the annual State of the City dinner. Mayor Jensen points to several factors for the city's success. Business ventures like the IKEA store opening this summer, taxpayer projects like the massive Epic Water Park and Recreation Center opening in the fall, transportation improvements on streets and highways, along with strategies that lower crime, raise the level of fire protection, and improve the overall quality of life.
We ranked 13th for the best city for families. 30th best city for jobs. And in Texas, 18th best city for Hispanic entrepreneurs. Yeah. Forbes ranked us as the best place to retire. American Farmland ranks our farmers market #1 in Texas. Yeah.
Jensen says he's also proud of the efforts to get citizens involved to help create a connected community.
Oh, are you scared? It's all right.
This is a first for Grand Prairie's Prairie PAWS Adoption Center.
What are you doing?
5 dogs who on this morning find themselves on their way to jail. That's right, jail. But in this case, that makes them 5 lucky dogs.
We tried to pick dogs that typically get overlooked in the shelter. We picked some that have been here for a little while longer. They need a little bit extra training. We're hoping it'll make them more adoptable and that we'll be able to find them a home through this.
This is a brand new program called Homes for Hounds, a cooperative effort between the city and Dallas County that will allow for the dogs from Prairie PAWS to spend 5 weeks at the Dallas County Jail, where they will get plenty of love and attention and training from pre-selected low-risk inmates.
We had reached out to several cities within Dallas County, and the City of Grand Prairie was the first one to respond. City of Grand Prairie said, hey, we are on board with this. We need help. We want to save more dogs.
Is Mr. Dallas from Dallas? Actually, Grand Prairie. Grand Prairie? Yep, that's where they came from.
The first of its kind program for Grand Prairie and North Texas was initiated by Dallas County Sheriff Lupe Valdez.
She is a big animal supporter. She loves dogs, has a couple dogs herself, and she heard about a program at a jail where they took dogs from a local animal shelter and had the inmates work with them, and the whole purpose was these were dogs that hadn't been adopted yet and they had maybe some social issues, so the whole purpose was for the dogs and the inmates to work together, and the inmates would learn empathy, and then the dogs would be obviously ready to be more social and be able to be adopted by the general public. So it was just kind of a win-win.
The win for the dogs will hopefully come after their 5 weeks of basic training.
We want these animals adopted. We don't want them put down. Our goal is to get them to a loving home. We're hoping that by getting them trained, doing basic obedience, how to be socialized, that will increase their chances of getting adopted.
While for 10 inmates, not only do they get to spend time indoors and out with their new students, but they are getting some very valuable training too, from animal care professionals.
So remember on Friday we talked about that.
It's a skill set. I mean, it is a skill to be able to train a dog. That is a skill. It's a vocational trade.
We're always looking for new programs and ways for our inmates to have services that will help them when they get out. Any type of experiences was going to help them when they try to apply for jobs.
To learn more about Homes for Hounds, go to gptx.org/PAWS or call 972-237-8575.
Oh, say, can you see?
It's that time of year again for auditions at Lone Star Park in Grand Prairie.
What so proudly we hailed.
Dozens of singers are competing for the chance to perform their version of the national anthem during the 2017 horse racing season. The hopefuls say the Star-Spangled Banner can be a challenging song.
It is a song that challenges your your range, your power, and your control over your voice. But I love it.
The feedback. If you can hear yourself on that feedback, it'll throw you off completely.
Making sure you start at the right pitch level so you're not either too low or too high. And then also, when you're singing out like this, the feedback, the echo, is kind of hard to time sometimes.
Gave proof to the night.
76 days of live racing are scheduled at the track during the spring and fall meets. You can catch the horses and the singers in action starting April 20th.
Well, it's not, something normally I would do, but, it's for a good cause and all, so.
Calendar Girls hits the stage this week at the Uptown Theater in Grand Prairie. The comedy is the true story about a group of British women who pose nude for a calendar to raise money for charity.
And if I don't get him out now, I never will.
That's my girl!
Calendar Girls runs through March 19th. For tickets and showtimes, contact the Grand Prairie Arts Council or the Uptown Theater box office.
Any interest from bank account? No, we don't. No. You don't have do you have a bank account?
Hard to believe, but it's tax season again. In Grand Prairie, the AARP is offering a free service to help elderly and low-income residents fill out and file their tax forms. The tax service is available Monday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. through April 17th at the Veterans Event Center. If you decide to use the service, be sure to bring last year's tax return, your 1099 forms, and W-2 statements. Officials say the professional preparers follow strict rules to protect that information.
Every counselor and greeter to the program has to take what they call a standards of conduct test. That explains that we're supposed to protect the taxpayers' Social Security information, any information they have on W-2s or 1099 forms for their tax return. We do not discuss this with anybody else. The software we're using this year goes up to the cloud like last year. Nothing is in our computers. We do not keep any paperwork on any documents that they bring to us.
The organization says Grand Prairie is one of the busiest locations for the tax service.
That's it for this edition of Grand Prairie Update.
Hope you can join us next time.